What's up, bestie?
You're listening to the Coffee with Your Besties podcast. We are your host, Alexis.
And I'm Nicole. Welcome to the show, friend.
We drop new episodes every Tuesday sharing our advice, experiences, and what it's like to be a solo entrepreneur.
Are you looking for your new besties who just get it? Well, here we are. We are ready to share so many fun things with you and bring on exciting guests along the way.
If you like what you hear, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss a thing.
Grab your coffee, grab your bestie, and let's dive right in.
Welcome to the show, bestie. We're so excited that you're here. We are your host. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Nicole. For our very first episode today, we are so excited you're here. We're just going to chat a little bit about us, give a little intro, and start from there. So cheers.
Cheers, friends. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexis. I am a wedding photographer based right here in Boise, Idaho, just like Nicole. I've been doing this for about 4 years now, and I absolutely love it. And yeah, there's just like nothing else I would change. We'll get more into the how it all got started in a little bit, but we just want to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, and I'm Nicole, of course. I've also been a wedding photographer for about 6 years now in the Boise, Idaho area. It's so much fun because this industry and being a photographer has made me run into Alexis here. And so we are besties, and we're just so excited because we want you guys to be our besties and to drink coffee with us.
Absolutely.
And we're just going to have so much fun on this podcast.
We're so excited to get to start your Tuesday morning with you, or Tuesday afternoon. We're not going to judge you if you're listening later. It's fine. We get it. But we're just so excited to get to finally have our podcast come to life. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about doing this for a hot minute now.
Yeah.
And the first episode is finally here. So yeah, we're just so excited. So why a podcast? Mm-hmm. How did we get here? I think Nicole and I both kind of found ourselves in this in-between period where we're like, we want to have a community with everybody and just like have a safe place for people to go to and like get to know us better. And then through write-in episodes and our Instagram page, we'll get to know you guys better.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the first thing that like led us to do a podcast, I would say.
Yeah, like a big thing, just educating you guys on so many different topics. And also just like, we know it can be kind of lonely in Idaho as not everyone's slowing down, but some people are.
Yeah.
And so we realize that, and we just kind of want to be kind of that person that you guys can look to and not be or feel as lonely.
Absolutely.
Because I know working from home, it can be lonely, and we're just here to just have some fun and educate you guys, and we want to get to know you guys better, and then of course you get to know us better as well.
So we're so excited. We're going to get to have so many fun stuff. We'll tell you what to expect from the episode just a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But I think let's just like dive into our backgrounds of like, how did we both get started in photography?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Okay. I can go first.
Nicole will start.
So, kind of funny story. I went to college just for a year, and I thought I wanted to be a teacher, so I wanted to get that education degree. And it's just so funny how it all works out and how life changes and it kind of takes you by surprise. But I went home for Christmas for a couple weeks when I was in the middle of college, and I got my very first camera for a Christmas gift. So it was the Rebel T6 something series. Yeah, we all started on it. Especially like years ago when we all started, I feel like the Rebel was just what you started on.
Absolutely.
And so that was like the best Christmas gift ever. Like, I was just so excited to take it back to college. Went to college in Iowa. Crazy. I don't know why.
Random place to go to college.
People mix up like Idaho, Iowa. They're like,
right.
Oh, Iowa, no, Idaho. So
what happened was Nicole thought she was applying to Idaho. No, I'm just kidding.
Idaho State, but it was actually no.
Iowa.
But yeah, so that was really fun. Took my camera back to college, and my friend and I started taking photos of each other. We'd go on little nature girl walks.
So cute.
And just take photos of each other. And then after a year, I went back home because I was like, I don't think college is for me. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was like, I love this camera, but how do I make it a full-time job?
Yep.
Got a little teaching job just for the next year when I was home. And then through that year, I was also taking photos. And just, through referrals and everything, I just built a business off of that. I moved to Boise years later, and that also helped me like really launch my business. And so I don't know. It's just been so fun. I feel like I also got mentored by some other photographers in the industry, and they really helped me just build my business. And
yeah, that's such a huge thing.
It's crazy. And just weddings was like my passion. It was just so much fun. Just taking engagement photos, family photos. I love it all. So it's been so fun.
No, that's awesome. I think like building that community and like you said, finding a mentor is huge when you're first starting. I definitely did the same thing, and I think you only learn so much on your own, and it's like nice to have somebody that has been doing it longer than you to bounce ideas off of. So a little bit about how I got into the industry. Super random, super weird. I like to say it kind of just fell into my lap one day, because it kind of did. And so what happened was a lot of years ago, Isaac thought he wanted to get into photography, actually. He thought he wanted to do landscape photography, and he wanted to go to cool places and like National Geographic type things. Yeah. And so same thing. I ordered him a Canon Rebel T6 or whatever it was, and I got the whole kit, had all the cool fun things that like you actually don't use at all in photography, but you don't know that when you're first starting. And so I bought him that for his birthday. He was so excited. He used it like 6 times, and then we were moving, and I was like, okay, look, either we're selling the camera and I'm getting my money back, or one of us is going to actually use this thing. And so one day I was at the park with my sisters, and I was just like playing around with it fully on auto, because you know, no one knows what they're doing in the beginning. And I was just like, wow, this is actually really cool. And then I went on YouTube and I learned as much as I could in like the shortest amount of time possible. And you shoot for free, like a lot in the beginning. And then, just like a year went by, maybe 6 months. I can't really remember exactly how it was, but like late 2019, early 2020, I was like, okay, I'm going to go full time. Like, this is what I want to do. And then COVID happened. And that wasn't the best decision, but it all worked out in the end. But we're so excited to have you guys along the ride for our podcast. We're going to be here every Tuesday dropping new episodes for you guys. We're going to have special guests every once in a while. We're so excited to interview people from all sorts of creative industries. I think we want to make that known from the first episode, that although we are wedding photographers, this is going to be so much more than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're also going to get into just, life advice and girl chats. And, we really want to make this podcast for anyone. Absolutely. And everyone who wants to listen. And we're just so happy you're here with us.
Oh, 100%. I think it's really important to know that, like, we're going to have fun little girly chats. And although we call them girly chats, it's just because we're girlies, but anybody can listen and hopefully relate to all the things that we're talking about.
For sure. And then we are also going to have write-in episodes where we will put some info on our Instagram stories, and you guys can write in about your personal experiences, your stories, because we truly want to hear from you. And it's just going to be so fun to hear from everyone.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's like the besties part of this. You're going to get to know us, and we're going to get to know you. Yes. So we're so excited for that. And then finally, we're going to also share, of course, some business tips, things that Nicole and I have learned along the way. Her 6 years in the industry, my 4 years.
It's a lot.
What to do, what maybe not to do, and let all of this be known. Everybody runs their businesses differently. Exactly. We run our businesses differently. And like, I take things from Nicole that I'm like, oh, I never thought to do that. I'm sure there's things that you're like, I never thought to do that. Yeah. So we just want to share everything that we've learned with you guys and hopefully help just 1 or 2 people out there. I think another big thing about like having the podcast is I feel like we're both in a transitional season almost in the winter. And so I think it's really cool to get to just have a community-based online platform, if you will, where we can just have other photographers and creatives in the industry have a place to come to and like start your Tuesday morning with us. Grab your coffee if you're editing, if you're cleaning the house, whatever you're doing, if you're taking the kids to school, like it doesn't matter. We want to be a part of that journey with you guys and just get to share, all the things that go into being a solo entrepreneur. It's not always like the easiest road in the world, but it's definitely super rewarding. And I think it's cool to have somebody that can relate to that. And so that's what this podcast is going to be for you guys. Just a safe space of just like opening up the conversation and sharing candidly, like the good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah. Because I think one thing that's really important to me is that like, especially in the winter when we're slow, it gets like lonely. Like I'm so like, I know we kind of already talked about that, but like it can feel like for me at least, I'm like, why am I doing this? Yeah. Like I could just go work in an office and have coworkers and like get out of the house every day. And it's like,
Yeah.
for us living in Idaho, if you're here or wherever, like, it gets cold. Like, I don't really want to be outside every day. It's like 20 degrees
Yeah.
and it's snow on the ground. And so you're at home all day and you're like in front of a screen, you know? And so I'm excited to get to have the podcast as like a creative outlet where Nicole and I have to get ready and be together and have something to look forward to.
For sure.
And then also just like have the community where we can start growing that in whatever way it takes us. I think we're both excited to see like what that looks like.
Yeah. We truly don't want you guys to feel alone. And it's like, a lot of other people do have coworkers. And like when you're running a business, you're mainly by yourself.
Yep.
And sometimes like, if you're married and your spouse is off somewhere else working all day and, you're just at home alone. And so I'm like, I don't like to be alone. Most people don't. So it's just kind of like we're sharing positivity to you guys. And we love you guys and want to get to know you better. And we're just so excited.
Absolutely. So if you guys like what you heard in today's episode, make sure to leave us a 5-star review. We know you want reviews for your business. We do too. We're learning a lot about podcasting and we realize that reviews actually matter. So leave us a little review and a comment of what you want to see from the podcast, what topics you want to see covered. And make sure to turn on your notifications, your little, I don't know. I've never done this before, you guys. I don't run a podcast. I don't have a YouTube page. You know what to do. Do all the things. We're so excited you're here, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks for being here with us.
Cheers, guys.